My name is Alitheia. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Max. I co-founded the company with my co-founder Chinedu Azodo back in 2015 while we were still grad students at the Sloan School at MIT. The inspiration for Max, broadly came from a desire for myself and my co-founder to use technology to create a lot of opportunities. So at the very core of it, it wasn't just fundamentally about mobility. It was really about leveraging the power of technology or the internet, right, to unlock opportunities for people to be able to improve their standard of living. And mobility happens to provide a tremendous opportunity for us to do that. So building our technology that drives a lot of inclusion for people who couldn't access vehicles or other types of mobility services happened to be a really meaningful mission for us to pursue. The mission of Max really is to make mobility safe, affordable, accessible, and sustainable, right, across the continent. That mission really hasn't changed a lot, but the strategy obviously has evolved and changed over the years. So at the very beginning, a lot of our focus was on on-demand logistics for businesses that needed to do deliveries. We built a platform to enable them to hail drivers and get those riders to deliver products for them very quickly, right? But over time, we realized that the biggest challenge in the market, and particularly for our drivers, was that they couldn't get access to the vehicles that they needed. So Max then evolved into focusing on an even more fundamental problem, which included helping to unlock things like vehicle finance, maintenance, and eventually the transition to electric, where we're now building battery charging stations and deploying electric vehicles and motorcycles and three-wheelers to gig drivers, to micro entrepreneurs, and anyone who needs a vehicle to become productive. It's a digitally driven end-to-end, right? So a driver just puts on their details via a mobile app or via an agent that uses a mobile app to log in their details. But what we do at Max is something we might have heard about it before. So it's called revenue-based financing. What that means is we're not providing you the vehicle and the battery on the basis of just your history. We're providing it to you on the basis of your potential. And therefore, what Max has done is to create opportunities for them on the basis of our estimation of their potential to earn revenues using the vehicle. And it's a really innovative model that we've employed that has allowed us to open up the field and provide access to thousands who historically would have been excluded from being able to access our income earning opportunities, especially with productive used vehicles. Since Alitheia came on board in 2019, Max has experienced tremendous growth, geographically, in terms of people as well. We were probably active in operational in about 2 cities in 1 country. We've expanded to about 19 cities in 3 countries. In terms of our employee count, that has grown from, I'd say, maybe around 50 to well over 1,000. In terms of revenue as well, it's grown probably 10 to 20x as Alitheia came on board. It's been a lot of growth for us in terms of revenue, jobs created, people impacted, even in terms of greenhouse gases and carbon emissions saved. That has also accelerated tremendously since Alitheia came on board. The key milestones for us really are the number of people that we've impacted, the number of opportunities we've created, the number of jobs we've created or that we've enabled, the number of vehicles that we've delivered to our users, our micro entrepreneurs and gig drivers since inception. I think about a year ago, we crossed the critical milestone of 35,000 vehicles, right, across 2, 3, and 4-wheelers, which is a very important number for us. Then in terms of the number of beneficiaries or drivers that we've empowered, we also recently crossed the 50,000 mark, right, which is of course also a very exciting number. In terms of industry transformation, we're also excited about some of the work we've done in completely automating the industry. So all the way from the process of onboarding drivers, from credit decisioning and remote immobilization, all the way to portfolio management and operations as well, the payment collection process, default management process, and also maintenance. All of those processes, over time, of course, some of them started out being pretty manual, but we went on a journey of automating every single aspect of our value chain. Recent research by The Economist showed that about 27 million motorcycles alone in sub-Saharan Africa registered, right? So if you think about the number of people that also need to replace these motorcycles every year, the number of young people who need a motorcycle for whatever job or task that they need it for across the continent, you can see that we're still scratching the surface here. For innovators around the continent or globally who are looking at Africa very closely and want to do want to do a lot of work here because there's tremendous amount of potential here. My advice would generally be around, focusing on problems that really impact the life of an everyday African. So it's ultimately about solving large-scale, high-impact problems and building delivery mechanisms that will ensure you're able to deliver those solutions in a very sustainable and scalable way. But of course, that is also profitable, because ultimately for investors, it's not just only about delivering impact and driving inclusion on a large scale. It's also about delivering outsized returns to our shareholders and investors.